So today in our pick a card reading, we're going to look at what is currently going on. What is the situation that keeps happening to you, that cycle that you just can't seem to break, all of those kind of energies, and then what Spirit wants you to become and how you're going to break this cycle, and the kind of steps and advice that Spirit wants you to take away. So today we've got 4 piles. We've got the Synesthesia Tarot deck, we've got the Greek mythology deck, we've got the Seers Tarot, and we've got the Ethereal Visions Tarot as well. So if you just have a look, see which one you're drawn to, and I'll post the timestamps below and I'll see you there. Hi there, pile 1. So if you pick the Synesthesia deck, then this one is for you. So firstly, what this situation is being represented by is the Queen of Pentacles. So at the moment, I feel like the first impression I get is that you're this very giving person that gives a lot of your time, your energy and your resources to others, and really just wants to help and be of service and teach everyone what you've been lucky enough to have yourself, and that you've put in the work to create, that you want to share some of that wealth. Or potentially what it could mean is it could be someone who's helped give you that time. Maybe it's roles reversal. Maybe it's actually someone in your life and a situation where you feel like you've been taught a certain way and given that security by someone and that ability to feel through the sensations that maybe you don't have anymore, or maybe you feel you're lacking that kind of energy. Let's get more on the situation from Spirit, about the situation, and once we kind of know what the situation is, we can then look at your energies and then what kind of energy Spirit needs you to embody in order to move forward, and how that's going to help you, and then the steps you can take to break this cycle that you currently feel trapped in. So Spirit, for pile 1, what is the current situation? What is currently going on for them? So these 2 are sticking out for me. So Spirit, pile 1, what is the current situation? So we've got the Hermit. Then on the back of the deck, we've also got the 5 of Cups. So yeah, so I definitely feel like this is some kind of loss. Maybe it's the loss of pleasure in learning, or like I said, the loss of a teacher, that kind of presence in your life. It might not be a particular person who is teaching you, but it could be a particular thing you were studying. So on this 3 of Cups, this community, maybe you really feel detached from this community that you were a part of, and that kind of that feeling of kindred spirits. Or if you are a teacher, like a teacher of sorts, of giving your time and energy to other people and other places, maybe this 3 of Cups is saying, you know, maybe you miss giving that, sharing ideas, exchanging it, especially if sometimes we can put energy into others and not receive as much back in return. And maybe that's where this 5 of Cups is coming from, that loss of actually giving. And you know, really the 5 of Cups is grief, and it's the card of loss. So if you have lost someone and maybe you're not really willing to learn anymore, or if you've lost a particular way of thinking, or you know, a thought that you were feeling your way through, and actually you didn't have the resources, or you didn't feel you had the resources to move forward, really Spirit's saying, the Hermit, I think maybe you've done a lot of soul finding and trying to listen to your heart more, and I really do get this sense of loss and isolation from others. So maybe if you are a teacher, maybe you're isolating yourself because you realize that you are giving too much of your time and energy away. So you're trying to focus on yourself, but actually you miss being that center for people and that teacher. And with the moon, I feel like, you know, it's this kind of illusionary state, as it were. So if you have isolated yourself, or you do feel like you're not in that contact with people, sometimes it's that thing of you can't see between a friend or a foe. Maybe you don't know whether you were fulfilled, or whether actually it's your head telling you that. Yeah, so whether it's your head telling that you weren't fulfilled, or whether and you actually were feeling that way. So actually, I feel like you don't know whether it was your community that was helping you exchange these ideas, share these thoughts, and was giving you that kind of life, as it were, or whether actually, yeah, you were like too much was being taken away from you. Yeah, I just see a real mix between loss and hope here, like losing that sense of enjoyment and fulfillment, but also really hopeful in those relationships. So if you have lost someone, either physically or just through like space, and you're separated, maybe you can't tell if that person's energy or those people's energy were right for you, and you might be questioning all the work that you've put into that relationship. And because this is the situation and we're looking at patterns, maybe you feel like you keep doing that. Maybe you feel like you keep attracting people or situations in your life where you feel really hopeful for them. You feel like you found a sense of community and deeper kind of abundance and celebration, and you feel excited to surround yourself with them and share your experiences and your knowledge. And I really get that. I really get that you do like to give a lot of yourself. But yeah, I do feel like maybe you've in that process of giving, you realise that maybe you don't receive enough from people, so that makes you want to like isolate yourself, and kind of grieve the fact that people aren't giving you like the same in return, because you are worthy of that. You are absolutely worthy of that. I can already tell you're such a light. You're such a beacon for people. And this moon here, this spirituality, I do really feel that you do connect to your higher learning. I feel like you are you do like to be a teacher, but you also like to be a student as well, and you really are inquisitive and want to follow that. But the cups here, I do feel like your heart is really heavy with this, and it's that thing it's the fear of putting yourself out there, in the fact that we might not get the same in return. It's yeah, I want to look at your energies as well, so what your soul's kind of giving off at the moment. So yeah, we've got grief, which, I mean, yeah, we've spoken about that. The Cobra, we've got the Thinking Woman, and we've also got Loyal Heart. So yeah, I think it's either the grief of your energy leaving you and going to others, and then it's almost that void of that grief and that loss of that part of yourself, which then isn't getting filled up by anything else. I do get that sense. And if it's a teacher or a way that you've lost, or a way of feeling your way through, and maybe it's a community that you feel like you've lost in the process, you know, that experience stays with you, and you carry that with you, and you evolve and you change, and then you have new experiences that open you up. And that's really what Spirit wants me to say to you. And with this Cobra, like we've already said, this teacher, but also that inner teacher within yourself, you know, and you can hear the voices in your head that are telling you, well, I don't think it's in your head, I think it's more in your heart. You know, anxiety screams, but then intuition whispers. And I feel like that intuition inside of you, which you're trying to listen closer to with this Hermit, I feel like you know what you need to do in this situation, and potentially you have your guard up, and you're not sharing your resources as you once were, or you're trying to at least, but then you kind of get pulled back emotionally with this loyal heart. Like, I really feel like it's a mind-heart struggle situation where you know that you need to listen to your subconscious and your higher self in this situation, but your mind is just taking hold. And this thinking woman here, you really want clarity in this situation, and why it keeps happening to you, and why you feel like you're giving so much and potentially getting this all back in return. So let's look at what energy Spirit wants you to embody in order to move past this. Because every obstacle we come into is just it's an opportunity for us to learn. And this pattern has obviously kept coming up because for you there is a reason. It's not like the universe has your back basically, and Spirit has your back. They never ever leave you. And that light that you keep going to inside, like that is your spirit, that is your inner knowing from your higher self, and they're always there to guide you. However you see that voice, they always want you to succeed. And this is just an obstacle that's come up in order for you to take that learning into the future. It's frustrating as hell, but actually it's so important, because you never know what obstacle in the future is going to come up, and actually because you've learned this lesson, that's when you're going to be able to overcome it. So let's look at what these are the energies that you're currently giving off. So let's see what Spirit wants you to embody. So adversity, yeah, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Exactly. So, you know, and I like the light coming from there as well, like we were talking about the Hermit. You know, you've got that light inside you, and that is always going to be there to guide. And you know, if in the moon, in the dark, you feel like, in the dark places, you don't feel like, because the moon is a reflection, maybe you don't feel like it's truly reflecting what you feel, but actually by being in the Hermit, even if you're in the dark with his little lantern moving forward, you know, you have that inside you. So even in the dark places, you've got that light and that spirit with you. And like we were saying, you know, challenges are the best way to learn. It's our quest in order to move forward. Really, challenges, it's a pause. It's an ability to look back at the past and then learn and move forward. It feels like a pause, and Cobra is a pause as well, kind of refining and bringing in that energy. So yeah, this challenge, it might feel like it's stalling you, but there is something you need to learn here. Dolphin. So again, I'm going to lay them all down. First chakra, Archangel Michael, and also TikTok. So yeah, so with this dolphin, you are a center of light and vibrancy for other people. And I really feel like you're a healer, and your words can heal. And with this Queen of Pentacles, you are so deeply resourceful, and people they are drawn to you. They see that light within you, and it's almost like a moth to a flame. They can't, your presence is just overwhelming and light, and that's really what Spirit wants you to embody, because you've already got it internally, like we were talking about with the Hermit. You've got that light internally, and they just want you to fully step into it. And maybe by giving yourself away with this cups energy, that water, you're potentially dampening your own will, maybe, if you're giving yourself to others, or if you have lost someone with this grief, you know, maybe you feel like you can't stand on your own. You don't know what you're like without that person. They're helping to guide you, but all of their lessons, all of their teachings live in you, and they will always stay with you, and that person is always looking over you, even if they can't physically be there, whether they've moved or whether they've left you. They're always there. You know, Spirit is telling me to share. So I lost my grandma really, really recently. And, you know, it's really hard sometimes because she was such a nurturing person. She's just like, people are just constants in your life. You always just think of them as there, especially if they've, whether it's you know, an institution because it's Queen of Pentacles, or an actual particular person, you always have that kind of bed of security. And the first chakra, Archangel Michael, that is your security. So I really do feel like they want you to know that your light is there, and that is your solace and your place. And all of those people and all of those experiences, all their advice and their wisdom lives in that as well. Even if you don't physically feel like you've taken it into the present, you have actually you have absorbed it, and that higher guidance is there, and this TikTok, this divine timing, you know, I really feel like it is just a matter of time. As soon as you take hold of your light, and, you know, you can manifest, this is what I'm getting, you can manifest what you want. If you want to be able to be that Queen of Pentacles and step into that that kind of figure that you've always looked up to, you already have that power to do it. And if you feel like you're giving your time to other people, this is your time to look after yourself, and you will still be, you don't need to think that you won't be, you will still be that person that people will be attracted to. But sometimes we do need to set boundaries, and, you know, that moth to a flame, you might attract people that are the wrong sort of energies and make you doubt your power, and things like that. But actually, if you're true to yourself, you're true to your light, you're true to your wants, and you value that above what other things people might want you to be giving, and that kind of thing, it's only a matter of time that you'll become the person that you want to be. You know, we've made time a linear construct, but it's that thing, ask and you shall receive. If you truly want to break this cycle, all you've got to do is ask for it, and you know, your inner guidance will let you know. We're going to look as well at some more advice for you, and kind of the steps to become this, because this is what they want you to become. They want you to be someone who still has your light, who isn't, you know, that isn't taken away or dimmed by others, so you can have that core strong stability with everyone that has taught you to be by your side, because they already are. You just need to step into that. So Spirit, let's see the steps and the advice for, oh, here we go. So Page of Cups, the Chariot, the Nine of Pentacles, we've got Nine of Swords and the World as well, and on the back of the deck we have got the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, so this Page of Cups, really, yeah, you are one who wants to give to others and be at the service of others, and you are impelled to do so. But also the Page of Cups is meditative and reflective, and really looks at their emotions as well. So the emotions of others are important, but also yourself. And, you know, this Chariot here, again, this is pushing past the obstacles, you know. The Chariot never stops that will in that direction to move forward. Like, life will always go on, and it's almost that thing that life will go on whether you jump on the Chariot or not. And I really feel like it's saying, you know, jump in, settle in, trust, have faith in yourself and the direction that you want to go, and victory will prevail. You know, the surface of everything seems like it might not fulfill us, and it might be shallow, or if you feel like you're going to your own will, sometimes we think that, you know, we might not be deserving of what we want, but actually inside of what we actually want, it's so deep and it runs so far, because you are doing it from your place, like your place of love and what you want and your intuition, and if you trust that spirit and you with all your resources that you have, because this energy, your dedication and your persistence will see you through. You just have to trust. You just have to trust that it will. With this Nine of Pentacles, you know, it's material gain. You know, you're still gonna have all those people and all of those things come to you. You're gonna have that beautiful garden behind you, all of your resources, everything that you've built up will be there. And just remember that they are there behind you. No matter if you have to leave something behind in order to push through, like, those people are always, like, you know, you've got this middle, this center, and everything is still connected. You don't lose that. You can, like we were saying, you know, people and things, they never leave you because they are inside of you, and you will always have those things. And this Nine of Swords, you know, this is really the cruelty of your thoughts. Don't let your thoughts derail you, is really what I'm getting from this. You know, don't surrender to the situation where you feel like you're not good enough, because you are good enough, and I can see that you are really good and distinguished, and you know what you want to do, and you are fully within your power, and you are fully deserving of it as well. You know, you deserved your happiness, and you deserve to have this gain and this security and abundance come to you. And you're allowed to learn. You're allowed to be a teacher, but also be a student. You're allowed to learn new things. And the Nine of Swords, really, the external forces and all of the thoughts that are coming in, you know, we already said anxiety screams and intuition whispers. You know, this is the Page of Cups. Your intuition is telling you what you need to do and is slowly guiding you along. And, you know, these are the thoughts, these are the screaming that you've got from that. And, you know, you've got the completion, the world. So, and in it, you've got the water, and I mean, you've got all the elements here, but really the main ones and the ones that cross the path, you've got the cups at the top and then the pentacles at the bottom, and then you've got fire and air kind of bringing them at a junction. So everything is important here. Your willpower to do it, your want of gaining these sensations and this learning and this deeper resource, but also your emotions and also your thoughts, they all need to be entwined for you to make this unity, to feel this wholeness. And really, Spirit is urging you to really listen to that higher voice, that higher consciousness that is inside you. And maybe it's through meditation and relaxation, but with this Eight of Pentacles, it's the hard work, you know, it's the prudence. You have to really want this. Like the Chariot, you need to fully embrace what you want, what you truly, truly want, and not what others are either telling you that potentially you want or potentially need to do. You know, opinions are, you know, what has made you learn up until this point. Like we were talking, everyone's opinions, I feel like you kind of filter them out as what serves you and what doesn't. And yeah, people are going to have their opinions. They're going to want to have their 2p, but really it's the work that you want to do, the work that you want to put in will be what you get out of it. And I do get a lot of earth here, a lot of security. So if it is about, you know, work and getting the most out of what you want to do in your career, then you have all the resources to do that already. You've done the groundwork in that respect in your industry, and it's only your thoughts that are stopping you from stepping into that power. Because I really feel like other people around you can see that, because they're attracted to you, that dolphin. They're attracted to your knowledge and what you bring to the table and your collaboration and everything. So that's not the issue. The issue is I don't feel like you see that within yourself, and I wish I could just shake you and tell you, and Spirit wants to tell you, you know, with hard work and dedication, you are going to get there. The way to break the cycle is just listening to your own voice. Stop bending to, like, being someone who helps other people is such a gorgeous thing, and you will not lose that if you're afraid that that's what you're going to lose by stepping into your power. No, you just become fuller in yourself, and then you're able to give deeply to others. We've got to nourish ourselves first before we can help others. Otherwise, like I said, you're just going to burn out. But Spirit knows you're going to get there. They're just like, stop delaying it with the Chariot. Like, stop putting up these obstacles. You know, you can do it. Like, it's going in that direction. You know what you want from your life, so just fall into it, accept it. I want to get you some Work Your Light cards as well. But yeah, I literally can't stress enough to you. You are so deeply intelligent and patient with others, but I don't feel like you're as patient with yourself. So Spirit, pile 1. How should they work their inner light? Yeah. Keepers of the Earth. Yeah, okay, so we've got no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So this is really your body. So we're going to go body, mind and heart. So no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So when others ask you for something, or if it's something that, you know, doesn't serve you, sometimes saying no, it's hard, especially if you do want to keep people on side and you don't want to let down your community and everything. But saying no and being like, actually no, I've got to take some time for myself, is absolutely fine. And actually you're going to be stronger for them later on down the line. And I feel like this path of keep going ahead, you can see the storm clouds, like it's just going to keep going into that future of, you know, of lightning, of storms, of that turbulence. Like if you don't wait out the storm of those external things that are happening around you, it might not be safe to go back outside, sort of thing. You know, I feel like you'll have that clarity, that sun that come back out for you, and then you know it's time to step outside. So in your mind, keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So again, like we were saying, you know, if you have lost someone, I completely understand how hard that is, especially if they were someone who felt like they had it all together and they knew exactly who they were and what they wanted, and they were ambitious and they went after that. Whether that's a teacher or whether that's a family member, someone, you know, maybe they're not physically gone, or maybe they have, but you are not alone. All of their teachings are inside of you, in that spirit voice. You always have them there holding your hand. Even if you can't see them, they are there, they are listening to you, they're listening to your hope, they're listening to your heart, and they just want you to succeed. They want you to step into your power and follow your heart. With your, so that was your mind, mind, and then your heart, protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So again, your heart is telling you to protect yourself, call back that which you want to do, call back your will and your intuition, because apart from the hermit with that inner light, that inner flame, we don't have any wands on the table. So you know, I don't feel like you're listening to your intuition at the moment, kind of your creativity and stirring that up inside of you, even though this dolphin is a creative healer. And you know, sometimes cutting the cords of that which no longer serves you, cutting that grief, that kind of, you know, the negative energy that you might be holding on to, that allows new energy to enter in. And you'll find, again, if you don't feel like you know what that inner voice is telling you yet, and you know, you're trying to, Spirit wants you to meditate and reflect, but actually you've been trying to do that and you can't hear it. Maybe you need to let some energy go, because new energy can't enter if you've got that inside you. So your body, your mind, and your heart / soul, you know, what's really, really clear here is that you just have everything and everyone standing behind you. Even if you feel like you've lost, or even if you feel like the people around you aren't the right people, you know deep, deep down what you want. And Spirit is really telling me that you need to put yourself first, and your desires first, because I don't feel like you'll break this cycle until you step into this power that you have already and you find your own stability in it. And it is all a matter of time. It really is. This tick-tock, this divine timing, they want you to take it. They want you to make that now. And the obstacle that you need to overcome is almost, I feel like, the last part of this, and then you'll be where you want to be. So yeah, listen to yourself, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition, and you know, feel your power again, feel yourself and who you want to be. And if it's a completely different path to what you're used to and where you were going down, everyone is behind you, all your ancestors, your guidance. They just want you to be happy, ultimately. And I can tell, I know that's going to be hard for you because you are such a giving person. But also, when you receive and you meditate, you receive their love and their guidance. So actually, even if physically you don't feel like you have the right community around you, or you feel like you're a bit isolated from them at the moment, you always have that internally anyway. You have all of those, whether it's memories or anything that they came down to you, which you've just picked up. That's that security there, and you've got so much of it already that you've learned. So Spirit is really just urging you to listen to that. So I'm going to leave that there today. Thank you so much, Pile 1, for watching. I really hope to see you guys soon for another video. I'm sending all my love to you, and yeah, if anything resonated with you, please let me know. I'd love to hear in the comments. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Hi there, Pile 2. So if you picked the Greek mythology tarot, then this one is for you. So currently your situation is being represented by the King of Swords. So we're going to get some more cards to kind of get more of the context of it, but of the situation. But really what I get from here is the idea is he sits very similarly to Justice, the Justice card, and it's this kind of sword for clarity, like this want to get to the heart of the situation and get to the truth, and kind of the scales, you know, looking at an option, like two options maybe. I feel like you're probably in a bit of a fix from your past actions, that you've kind of come to this eventuality, and you can't, you don't feel like you've got all the facts, and you can't really see the big picture at the moment. That's how I feel. And when I was shuffling your cards, I got really, really hot all of a sudden. I had to open the window, and I really feel like this is getting you, it may be a really heated decision that you've got to make. There might be a lot of emphasis on it, and maybe you're procrastinating a bit on this decision, and because you don't really know what you want, and maybe you feel like because the situation keeps occurring, you feel like you don't want to make this decision because you're worried that you're going to make the same mistake again. And really, because he's so reminiscent of the Justice card, it's looking back at your past and kind of accepting that with love, and knowing that if you accept it and you learn from it and you're honest with yourself about how you got to that situation, you can then change your circumstances. So that's what I'm getting firstly from the King of Swords. But let's get you guys some more cards about this situation. And maybe it's a heart-mind struggle at the moment. Maybe you're really torn inside yourself, as in of what you want. And maybe you feel like you're alone in this decision, because the Strength has came out. Because you are on, I mean, the King of Swords is on their own, so maybe you don't feel like you've got anyone beside you. So Spirit, for pile 2, what else is going on in this situation? Oh, okay, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, sorry, 6 of Swords, and 10 of Pentacles. Okay, and then on the back of the deck we have the 9 of Wands. Okay, so at the moment, like I said, like we were saying about this balance that you're trying to get, I really feel like you might not be listening to your heart in this situation. There are no cups cards here, and I feel like your goal, the kind of wealth and the abundance that you want, and that security, that is weighing on your mind, and you just want to get to that point. That's really what I feel here. You want to, you know, if it's something to do with your career, you really want to hit that goal and get to that security level and that abundance, and so you can have that legacy to give to others. But with this Strength, I feel like you're almost fighting with yourself, and you know, we become that which we fight. So if you're fighting against your, you know, if you're going by your instinct, and you're kind of first almost lying your like animal desire in order to try and get there, and you're not actually listening to your heart, are you just going through with brute force? Like, both sides married together with your heart and your mind and your intention, that's where the magic is. That's where you can kind of go through the decision. But I do really get the feeling that there might be others in this situation, and that's why maybe you don't feel like you have the clarity. Maybe you feel like you are exerting yourself, and you really have to fight for your position and your wants. And I really, with the 5 of Wands, I think it's almost a kind of a sham, this fight. I actually don't think it's, or maybe this is you battling against yourself. I feel like you know in your heart of hearts that you want you want to follow your dreams and your desires, and you don't want to come up against obstacles and other people and their opinions and that kind of thing. In this situation with the Six of Swords, maybe in this situation you don't feel like there's a way out yet, a way that's opened itself up for you. But Spirit wants me to say, maybe there are people around you that want to help you. Maybe over all the noise of the people who maybe you're trying to fight against their wills and that opposition, that might be making a lot of noise for you, but actually there are people that want to help you and help you find a way out of that situation, and into calmer waters. And with the Nine of Wands, yeah, I do feel this opposition. Like, you really feel like maybe a decision you've made has led you up to this point where other people are not happy, and you want others. You want to not to please others, but you want to a degree, but really you just want. You don't want to feel like your guard is constantly up. That's really what I'm feeling here. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with the preparation that you might have put in to potentially having someone come up against you or others come up against you. But there's nothing wrong with preparing. And you do have strength within you. Because Nine of Wands is strength, and then you've obviously got the strength here, but I feel like maybe you're going on your fiery intuition instead of your gut, your feeling. And yeah, I don't really see you feeling your way through the situation. I think you've got a really clear ambition of where you want to go, and you really think with pure will and intention you're going to get there. And absolutely, but first you've got to feel it, and you've firstly got to feel it with love. And because if you've got fear or an anxiety, or if others' opinions are coming at you, and you're feeling like you're constantly on the defense instead of actually like feeling your decision and knowing that it's the right thing inside of you, then that doubt creeps in, and then you might not want to put up as much of a fight. And I don't feel like you have to put up a fight. I think that's the thing. I feel like maybe the people that you're surrounding yourself with, or the people that are giving you the options, you're giving their words weight, whereas actually they're not the people that count and will help you move past this obstacle. And if you feel like you keep falling into this, you know, your desires maybe being muted or squashed or something, maybe it's because, yeah, you're not leading with your heart yet. Maybe you're leading with your thoughts. Let's look at the current energies in this situation. So we've got balance, yeah. So I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So yeah, so like we were saying with the King of Swords, and also strength, I really do feel like you're just trying to balance yourself out and kind of listen to what you want and your intuition. And yeah, but I do feel like you at the moment you might be judging, and that's why the imbalance is out. You might be judging your past and being like, why do I keep getting here? Why does this situation keep happening to me? And Spirit wants to tell you that every single obstacle that you come across is there to help you learn for the future and make you stronger. And you know, you never know when that would come up again in your future, and actually because you've dealt with it and you've trusted yourself and you've moved past it, that's what gets you past that future obstacle. It's learning in the present now with acceptance and honesty that we can then change our future. And we've got to heal ourselves and forgive ourselves. So you're also being represented by the fox, by man holding a heart, and milk and honey. So yeah, so with this foxes are deeply intelligent, and I can say, like, I can really feel that you try and like think through the situation and get all the options kind of out on the table. But The fox is also really deeply committed to an idea, and I do get this sense that you might be procrastinating. And I always find that procrastination within myself is fear that I'm not worthy enough. I'm not worthy enough of having the goals and the ambitions that I want, this kind of milk and honey, the goal that I really, really want to attain, that I don't actually feel like I'm deserving of it. But actually committing to it, and with the man holding a heart, I feel like maybe there's a new emotional experience that you've been opened up to. Maybe there's a new relationship or a new person that has come along, and you know, you want to maybe that's your willingness to like love others and try and help others, and maybe someone new's come along, and you're like, oh, I really want to like be on their good books or something, and then you're like bending to their will. Or potentially, I mean, he's holding it so nonchalantly. I feel like with the King of Swords, maybe you're weighing up the options, but you're not actually giving your heart as much weight. You're not actually looking at your heart, you're just holding it, and you're not actually fully like observing how you feel. And I desperately know that you want this milk and honey, you want this tranquility and this harmony within you, and this sweetness, and you do have it already. But I just get the deep sense that you feel on your guard, and that you can't truly let yourself have what you want, maybe because of your past actions. Maybe you don't feel like you're worthy of them, but you absolutely are, and you can bring this harmony about. And it's really like, yeah, don't fight against what's happened. Like, you can't change what's happened now. That's done. But you can move forward with love. You really, really can. Let's see what energy Spirit wants you to embody in order to move forward. So yeah, love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So yeah, I do feel like it's that love, that acceptance. And you know, with the Six of Swords, I feel like there are people, even if you feel like you've got loads of different people having their two cents and telling you how you should feel or do things, like innately, you know, internally, you know what you want and what is going to make you happy. And if you love yourself and you love your feelings and your goals and your ambitions, then you will be able to attain them. RuPaul's if you can't love yourself, then you aren't ready to love anyone else. Like, maybe you have been giving your love and your attention to other people, and that's why there's not really much love here at the moment, as in this kind of current situation, because you've spent all of yours, and you're almost like giving your heart away to people potentially, and committing to others, and actually you're not recommitting to yourself. And I just want to tell you that, you know, you are fully worthy and deserving of this wholeness and this security, and you will get there. And so let's get some more of what Spirit wants you to be. Energy, fish, the world, community, and exchanging gifts. So yeah, with the fish energy, I feel like maybe all of these distractions, all of these other people, I can tell you're a go-getter, and that is inside of you, and you constantly want to keep either creating, or I think you're just very willful with all these wands around as well. But sometimes we need to just ride one wave out and see where that takes us, and kind of do little jobs in order to get to our world. Sometimes with the perspective, we feel like maybe we've got such a mountain to climb with our dreams and where we want to go, and actually if we do a little bit each day towards that goal, then we will. And Spirit's saying with this world, like, you are truly able to make your dreams a reality and bring them down into your, like, from your heart and into the world. And the fish, I feel like, is just, it is telling you that you will get back into that universal flow where you feel like you've got this giving and receiving, and maybe at the moment you feel like you are giving your heart to people and you might not be receiving the same back. But, or if you follow your heart, like what your true desires are, and not that of the others, that you might lose people. But the community card is here, and also the exchanging gifts, and I just feel like if you follow what you want to do, you will still have a community around you. They might change from the people that you had, but the people who stay with you are going to be the right people, are going to be the Six of Swords people, the people that help you get to where you want to go and be those supportive network around you. So if you do have loads of people voicing their opinions and that kind of thing, then it's really hard to turn off other people's voices. But sometimes you've got to let them have their word. You've got to breathe in and filter out which no longer serves you, and almost thank them for their advice, thank you for their care, but you're going to follow you, and you're going to do you, and you're going to follow your heart in this situation, and you will have those people around you, you will have that community around you, and that give and take. And sometimes, yeah, the receiving end of this will come back to you once you're able to fully give yourself to others because you feel fulfilled. If at the moment you might feel like with all your thoughts going on in your head that you're not actually able to be there for others in the way that you usually are, but people are still with you, people are still behind you and want to see you succeed. And if you take some time away to love and heal from your past choices, and you know, saying, okay, I keep going into this situation of coming up against this decision of my current path and where I want to go. If you actually address like, oh, okay, so why am I constantly going back to that thing in my heart, that niggling feeling, that instinctual gut, okay, no, I really want to do that. Why do you keep going up to that? It's probably because you love it, because that is the thing that you love and that you actually want to do. That's the path that you want to follow. And yeah, I can't get enough of this world. Like, you are so, you have that rare ability to have that harmony, and you can bring your dreams down and actually out into the world, really like the magician, and share that magic. So let's see what kind of steps and advice Spirit has for you moving forward. So Spirit, for pile 2, what other messages do you have them? What advice do you have in order for them to move forward? Okay, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Fool. Okay, so yeah, guys, I really feel like if you follow your heart and you're and maybe that's what you're worried about, is if you follow your heart, you're gonna maybe lose people or have like this Five of Cups. Like, if you feel like you follow it, then you might lose that sense of pleasure and that sense of community, but that is not the case. Like, if you follow your heart, new opportunities for security and new ways of thinking are going to present themselves. They really, really will. And sometimes when we let go a bit of our security, a bit of what we know, and we open ourselves up to different things and new energies, that's when they come to us, and then we can build from there. And this Knight of Swords, again, there's another person cutting through the situation, so maybe, but in a new way, because this is really like, this energy may feel defensive and like having to come up against it, but actually you've got people that will help you go through this situation and will be able to advise you, and will also be able to fight on your behalf. And I do think once you with this Fool at the end and the World here, I do feel like once you set your sights on your goal and you know in your heart, okay, that's what I want to go to, you can then trust have faith and take that first step in your journey towards it, because you'll still, with the Fool, you'll still take all of your knowledge, all of your experience with you to your new journey, because that, it would be silly to just disregard it. But you know, you won't let it rule you, you won't let it weigh you down, you accept that it's a part of you, but you'll be moving towards your goals and what you want. And I really do see this like forward energy and this, yeah, this new way, these new opportunities opening up to you. And I feel like this is probably more to do with your career than anything. But I think if you do want a different career path and you're worried about everything you've built so far or what others may think of this path, like, you shouldn't be. Like, new people and new opportunities and are going to open up. But if it's nothing to do with work, if it's more about your personal life that you feel like you're currently stuck in, and maybe you've built up a situation around you and actually you don't feel like it's right for you, like if you've got certain people or you're in a situation where you just don't feel like, okay, this is actually what I want anymore, and you're almost distracting yourself with so many different things so you don't have to face the problem. Well, the problem is still going to be there, it's going to fester. So once you heal that wound, and that's going to happen with love, that's when new things will come about and new energy can pour in. And I do think there's going to be someone to help you there. And I just don't think you need to worry about this loss that you might feel. Like, it's all an if. And Spirit really wants me to stress to you that this won't happen. This kind of, the loss in the way that you think you might, as soon as you have a full heart and you go forwards with it, you know, the right people appear, the right energy appears for you, and you are able to take this leap of faith and go one step forward into your journey to conquering the world, like the world that you want to create. And I do feel like it's this close of a chapter. I feel like you're stuck in this energy and you do want to close a book on it and move forward. And you will. Spirit says you have everything. You have all the experiences and the knowledge and the resources to be able to make this jump, this leap. And people around you, like, there's no fire energy here, and it's almost like the will of others are not going to affect you if you understand what you want out of the situation. If anything, I think they're going to come and help you along the road and help you attain your dreams. Let's get you some kind of what your body, your heart and your mind are, kind of the advice from there. So Spirit, pile 2, what's going on in their body, or what's their kind of body's advice? But I don't think you need to be fearful that if you go towards a new way of thinking, that it's going to stop everything that you've already learned, because those experiences will stay with you. Like, they will. You're still going to be a King of Swords. You're still going to have all of your integrity and your knowledge and your power. You're just going to be utilising it in a new way, and you'll just be seeing things with a newfound clarity. That's really how I think it's going to go. And with that clear seeing, that's when you can build a new foundation and a new feeling. So yeah, so we've got for your body, creating heaven on earth, it's happening. So yeah, so if you want to create that, if you want to be that magician, then absolutely you can manifest what you want into your reality. That is really, really clear. You are powerful enough to do it, and you have done the work. You've got the resources inside of you. but you need to feel it with a full heart. And in your heart, you've got mirror who or what is triggering you. So yeah, I really do feel like you might have someone who is currently, or something that is not serving you, or keeps making you fall into these patterns of behaviour, either because you don't want their opinions of you to change, or maybe you don't want to go against what they say. I really get this feel of bombardment, that you've got like these these voices coming at you from loads of different directions, and it is really triggering you in some way, and you don't feel like you can let go of the situation. So you keep just giving to them and allowing them to have their way, but ending up in the same situation anyway, of actually, no, this isn't right. And then you maybe keep pushing it to the background and being like, no, it's fine, it's okay, I'll just keep going. But yeah, I feel like until you reflect, and really that's what the mirror, like, until you reflect on what you want and what's in your heart, and not the heart of others, and you have that really clearly, like, that's when you're going to be able to create your reality and what you want, your goals and dreams, into your reality. And for your mind, you've got Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? So yeah, I really feel like Spirit's message for you is look inside. Like, maybe it's through meditation, maybe it's through a bit like the hermit, like just quieting your mind from society and what other people are saying, and being with yourself, sitting with yourself, and looking at how you've got to this situation, not with judgment like we said, but with love, and like holding yourself and being like, it's okay. Like, really, we've all got these inner children inside of us that are all frightened, and they just want to be told, like, it's okay if we do wrong, it's okay if we mess up, we're only human. And you know, we've got this voice inside us, and we've got all of our ancestors behind us, and Spirit as well, all of those people that want us to do well, and that's, we can look after ourselves, because all of their memories and all of their advice and their wisdom is in us, like the Fool. Like, we carry it all, and it is inside you. And by going in and reflecting and following, and like I keep saying, follow your heart, that is just being drummed into me. Don't make this decision based on other people's thoughts or intentions behind it. Make sure it's you. And you know, look after yourself, love yourself, and accept. And because, like I've already said, you know, with learning and honesty, we can change. You can come past this situation and transition and step into a new reality, and build and start this new phase and beginning of your life. But I do feel like others in this decision, apart from maybe those who are really, really close to you and just want you to shine, they may be the ones currently that are dissuading you from your path, or maybe making you feel like you might not be good enough or worthy enough of your dreams. But you absolutely are. You have it all within you. You have that deep knowledge, and Spirit just wants you to succeed, really. So yeah, I would recommend that reflection, and do it with love. And as soon as you love and you heal and you let go of any pain that you might be feeling, so that balance will be restored and new opportunities will flood in. You definitely have it all within you. I'm going to leave that there today, guys, but thank you so much for watching. If anything resonated with you today, I'd really love to know in the comments, and get your thoughts and feelings. But you guys can absolutely have the world, that is so clear, and this is this world underneath, but just make sure it's the world that you want to create, and not the world of others. So sending you guys so much love, and I will hopefully see you soon. Hi there, pile 3. So if you picked the Seers Tarot, then this deck is for you. So firstly, we're going to look at the situation, and this card sort of sums up the situation that you're currently facing and you're currently stuck in. And really, I'm going to get more cards to kind of fill in more of the context, but really I feel that it's really that dissatisfaction with the reality you're kind of in. Like, I really feel like you've got a lot, and I feel like you know that you've got a lot, but I don't feel like you're quite where you want to be, and you're really finding it difficult to see past that. And maybe you're looking at what others have and the opportunities that they've got, and they might seem further along down the road than you are. But really what Spirit wants me to say here is that you actually have all of this opportunity and all of this in front of you. You might not be seeing it quite at the moment. But I do feel like this kind of illusion is at play at the moment, that you might not feel like you've got exactly what you want at this current time, even though you've put in the hard work. So I'm gonna get some more cards for context to see further what this situation is telling us, because once we know what the situation is, we can then kind of move forward, learn from it, and change that future like we want to do, get out of the cycle. Oh, here we go. I didn't even have to ask the question. Thanks. Okay, yeah, so I'll go into them, but the Ten of Cups, it's that fulfillment, and potentially what other people have got, and their dreams and their full hearts that you might not feel that you currently have. This one's really calling me, yeah, the Star, and then on the back of the deck we've got Temperance as well. Yeah, so it really is that thing, I think, that you really want this wholeness and this full heart and this complete, maybe it's in emotional relationships, maybe it's in love, maybe you don't feel like you've quite got what other people have, that potentially that the right kind of love that you want from others, or maybe other people just seem so much more content with where they are and their kind of their life situation at the moment, and you feel like, oh, you know, why isn't my life all sunshine and rainbows? And really, like, no one's life is. Like, even though they might appear to have it together on the outside, like, nothing is ever perfect. Like, that's an illusion in itself. And I feel like maybe with this rainbow coming out here, like, I really do feel like this opportunity and this wealth and this prosperity is around you, but maybe you're not looking at it in that way, with that lens, because, you know, we can be so we can look at others and see what they've got and be with so much light and be like, oh gosh, like, well, like, you're amazing, well done. But with ourselves, we cast ourselves with a much harsher lens, and maybe that's where you feel really dissatisfied with where you are, and you're like, what, just why can't I be where they want? And this Five of Pentacles, the physical need for something, and you really want that security. I really feel like that's clear, and you don't feel like you have the support of others potentially in this endeavor. And, you know, you're the key in the background and the door, like, it's like you do have that. You have that now. You really do. You have it in the present moment. That ability to let go and move forward. And with the Star, I think, you know, I feel like you're such at a junction in your life, but you just don't feel like you're far enough down the journey. But the Star is your hopes and dreams and your wishes, but you have that lasso, as it were, and you can bring it down. You can bring that into your body, and it's not actually as high above you as you think. It's that restored hope, that healing, and the Temperance, like the kind of moderation and creating what you want. Like, you can, and you are already mastering it. I just think you can't see it in yourselves, and I do think you just want to be further along down that journey. And And maybe with the Star, you know, maybe you feel like your dreams are too large and you can't pull them down by yourself, but you absolutely can. Like, you can manifest what you want into your reality. I can really see that. I think you're more powerful than you think you are. I think you feel like you need others to help you and point you the way and give you the key or open the door for you, but actually no. Like you can create, you can moderate and balance things out and have this emotional happiness and prosperity. And you will do that by keeping your eyes set on your goal and where you want to go, because I think you're already further along the journey than you think you are. So let's get more about your energy currently in this situation. So acceptance. So I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So yeah, maybe accepting what others have and where you are. I feel like you do have this lens where you're not looking at things, the things that you have, in a clear light. I think you've got so much more than you actually think you do. And I think your hopes and wishes, I think you fully believe in them and you're fully invested in them. You just want them to happen now, and you're like, why are they not here yet? And it could be emotionally, and maybe it's in relationships. Maybe you're single at the moment, or you know, or you've been with your partner for a while and you want to get to that next stage or whatever. But I do just get this sense that you've got it in front of you. You have got all of that love and support, and you've made your dreams a reality by stepping towards them, and you just can't see that. I really do feel like you're just comparing yourself to others and looking at your achievements against theirs. Your energy is being represented by the moth. So again, like a moth drawn to the flame, kind of almost flitting between what you want and what others have, and it's that attraction to the light and that kind of that resurgence and going towards it. But you do have that already, and there's a reason that you're drawn to it. It's because you can achieve that and you can get there. Also, yeah, the fourth chakra and regeneration. So maybe you feel like your heart is open now, and you're just waiting. You just want it to happen now. That's really what I get the sense. And you want this second life. You want this new beginning, this new start to come at you. But actually you're already in your new start. By realising that's what you want, you've made the first step towards it. I think you're just being impatient with yourself, and actually you were already on that journey. You just got to keep your focus, your gaze on what you want, your dreams, that end goal, and you will get there. Like, you've definitely got, you know, your heart's looking out for you in your best interest, and you're ready for this. You're ready to grow and change and evolve. And I think you're just, if it is a relationship and you're really looking to find someone and you want that new start, and your heart is open, and you're ready to receive, I feel. And maybe you're a moth, maybe you're trying to find that flame, maybe you're trying to find that, you know, the person that's going to give you that light, but you already have that light. You are that light. I just feel like you have the security. I feel like you've really worked hard on yourself and to get yourself to this place where you can accept. But there's a difference, I think, between accepting it and then kind of making that step forward, like accepting it and then moving on. It's like, it's great that you've got to this stage and your heart's open, but maybe you haven't got to that, okay, yeah, ready to go, where is it? And it's actually like, well, you know, if you can't see the opportunity that is in front of you, and you're living in that kind of illusion, then you might not be able to move forward. So maybe that's where you feel that you're stuck currently. Let's look at what energy spirit wants you to embody in order to move forward. So we've got gratitude. Yeah, so it's kind of accepting and then being thankful for what you've got. Accepting what you've got and being thankful for it. So I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So again, this Four of Cups, like the opportunity that's been given, but you're not looking at that opportunity. Maybe someone's come into your life and you've been so fixated on a particular thing that you think that you need, but actually it's that Rolling Stones song, you know, you've actually got, like, you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. Like, I really do feel like you're being given what you need, and actually it is aligned to your hopes and desires. It just might not be in the package that we quite expect it to be in. So this new life, this new beginning is already there for you. You might just be looking at the wrong flame, as it were, but if you're thankful for what's already there, like, I feel like you'll be able to see that opportunity so much more, with so much more clarity. Your energy, again, the Lamb, and then we've also got the Temple Path and new life. So yeah, so Spirit wants you to move into this next stage and this new beginning, but you know, this Lamb, this is really the inner truth, like, and the Temple Path, I really feel like I feel like this reflection needs to happen. I feel like maybe mentally you've accepted it, and you know your heart's open and everything, but maybe you actually haven't looked at like the truth of it and like the truth of what you want. Like, I'm sure you know the hopes and wishes that you want and you want to get to, but maybe you're not actually truly listening to them. I think you could be looking at what others have, and that's stopping you from going after you want, potentially. But this Lamb, I mean, yeah, you do have it. You do have all the stuff within you already, and you can move towards it, this new life. And this Temple Path, again, you know, you've got everyone behind you who wants to see you succeed in it, and maybe it's just taking that next step. You know, maybe you feel that, like we were saying, other people are so much further along from you, and you're like, oh gosh, why can't I get there? But maybe, like, you haven't actually accepted what you've done for yourself so far to get yourself to this situation. And yeah, I don't feel like you're looking at yourself through the lens of love, and I don't know if you're thankful for past you, for getting you to where you are. And that might be why you feel like you're constantly coming up against this roadblock where your heart's open, seemingly, but maybe your mind's not yet open. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's flip the switch a bit. Maybe your inner truth and your inner thinking isn't aligned to what your heart wants yet. And with this new life, like, yeah, Spirit really wants you to leap into this new phase and become that which you want to be, and you're fully capable of it. And if it's looking for someone new, if it's to do with love, then absolutely this new relationship will present itself to you. But I feel like with you've potentially felt through this situation, which is the most important thing, is feeling and knowing where you want to go instinctually. And but I don't feel like your mind has caught up yet. Maybe you don't know if you're worthy of that in your thinking mind, but you absolutely are, and you've got to accept that you're worthy of it. And you know, like, if it's been a long time for you to get here, and people are further along than you are on the path, like, everyone's on a different journey. Things come to people when they're ready to receive them, and I really feel like this lesson for you has been, you know, you have all that power inside you. you can create it. You can, and you have got that. That's the annoying thing, is this Four of Cups, is you've got it already. I just don't think you're looking at it yet. I don't think you can see it. So let's get some more cards for you about what Spirit wants you to do, what advice Spirit has for pile 3 for moving forward. So we've got the Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands, Emperor's going to come out, Empress, and also the Hermits. Oh my gosh, guys, look at all this major arcana that is coming out. So yeah, so if this is a relationship, if you're looking for a relationship, then I think potentially this person is already in your life, this Knight of Cups, potentially, or if you're on the lookout, I already feel like either way, you're already deserving of it, and it will turn up in your life. And I feel like they're looking at you, like they're right there looking at you already. But I think this is like your inner peace, your inner healing, and that's really what the Lamb's about, like your inner truth. Like if that is what you want, like grab hold of it and like step into that new life, into that new beginning, and go at it wholeheartedly. Because if you don't feel like, if you're dissatisfied with where you are, and you feel like you've been putting in this effort but it hasn't been getting you anywhere, then yeah, that is the blockage. You've not been doing the right things, and like you might keep coming up to this situation. You're like, I know my intentions are true because of the Star. I know what I want. I know that guiding light. But you might just feel like someone else has to open the door, but you can open that door. That 5 of Pentacles, like you can leave that behind you and create and like create that key and move forward. This 3 of Wands, like really, like luck is on the way. Like it's that active waiting. You just need to keep your eye on the horizon and establish your strength. If your will strong, you're like, your flames are going, like it's going to attract other people. I don't feel like you need to be the moth anymore. I don't feel like you need to go out seeking. I feel like you just have to sit in your power and accept where you are, and be that flame, be that light, and others will be drawn to you. But yeah, I do feel like it's on the horizon. And yeah, I think they're just waiting for you. So it could be someone already in your life if it is to do with love, or if it's to do with a new beginning or a new opportunity. I feel like it could be there already for you. With the Emperor, and also the Empress, you've got 2 creators here. You've got the creator of like the nurturing, the love, the universe, the nature in a larger sense, that, and then also you've got the Emperor, the stability and the order. You've got both. Like you've got 2 creators, and either of this, like I feel like together you're whole. You are whole, and that's really what Spirit wants to say to you. Like you have both aspects to you. Like you need to stop thinking that you don't have this potential ability to create, because you've got it. Like you can create your reality. You can step into your new life. You can keep moving forward. And it's 2 sides. With the Emperor, it's Aries, it's it's the spring, it is that resurgence, that regeneration, new beginnings, new starts. And the Empress, it may feel like there is a delay, and that you're not getting exactly what you need at this moment in time, but it's coming. You've just got to keep holding on to your star and looking out to the horizon. And yeah, I really feel like it's that pause. Maybe you feel like you've been running around trying to find it, and maybe you feel like you're looking in all the wrong places. But the Hermit at the end as well, this self-reflection, this quieting your mind from other people and the situations, and working on your inner light. And then once we've served ourselves and we've looked at our light and and what we're doing, that's when the divine and other people follow us. And because we're already you're already where you're going to go. You're already in your mind at this 10 of Cups moment, because that's what you want. And you are pouring yourself into that. And I really do feel like that's clear. But, you know, you can't hurry it along. It might take its time. But if you're ready and you're looking out on this horizon and you know, you are this... You do want this love to find you, whether it's a love of, you know, work, or whether it is actually a relationship. Like, it's that thing of when we work on ourselves and we put our needs first, and we're not actually necessarily looking, that's when things come to us. Like, it's almost that active waiting, like, okay, you've put in all the work, and you have put in the work, that's what I can see, and you have everything within you. But when we're actually not actively seeking it, and we're like, it almost seems like we're passively waiting, but actually we are active. Like, it looks like we're passive, like the lamb sort of thing, but actually there is that activity inside, and there is that, like, that inner knowing and that inner knowledge that you're radiating, that you are ready for it, and also like open to receiving it. That's when it comes, when you've got that like base of stability for you. And yeah, I just feel like you, with these cards, like, you can create that. You can create what you want. Absolutely. I feel like it's working on your light, and I think you already have, but instead of being the moth and chasing potentially what others have, like, you already have so much within yourself, and actually you're very attractive to others, and they will come towards you and find you. And yeah, sometimes waiting, taking a step back from it, like, still keeping our goals in mind, and like knowing where we want to go, that's really important. But let yourself breathe as well. Yeah, I think with you know in your heart's desires, your heart is there, and it's your mind that is telling you, oh, you're not at that point yet. But really, you don't have any swords here in your future. Like, your will and your love and your heart is open and strong. And yeah, like, your thoughts should not cloud this decision, because it's going to happen. Sometimes it's a bit like the Chariot. You have to let go and trust, and like, you'll be victorious. You'll keep pushing through if that's what your heart wants. And you do, like with this fourth chakra, your heart is open, you're ready. Yeah, I'm going to get you some more. I'm going to get you some what's going on in your body, your heart and your mind. So, Spirit, pile 3, what's going on in their body, or what does their body have to advise for them? Okay. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Okay, so heart. So pile 3, what's advice from their heart, their light? Transformation, and then you've also got double mission. So yeah, so with this body, have you answered your deepest calling, warrior woman? So again, I feel like it's almost that acceptance and that gratitude. Like, you might have had this calling, that this is what is coming up for you, and this is what you need to do, and you've put in that work, you've done it, and maybe you had that alarm bell, and you feel like you've made that change and everything, but maybe you don't feel like you've changed fully and you haven't transformed yet, like this transformation card. But really, like, is that deeply what you want? Is what others have what you want? And it's it's like the fact that things are being delayed slightly, like you can have what you want if it is truly what you want. And the kind of warrior woman, I really feel like maybe you need to look after yourself. Yeah, like burn that flame inside you further, and make sure that you are listening to yourself and your desires on a cellular level. Like here, this transformation, your heart, like I feel like you're accepting of new life coming in, but you haven't transformed yet, you haven't changed. And yeah, that might just be because you haven't been thankful and you haven't had that gratitude for your past self for having got you there and put in the work to get you to answering this call. And again, deep healing. I think you might need to accept the fact that this is where you are currently, and be thankful for all the steps that you've taken to get here, even though it's not exactly potentially where you want to be. But with the double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity, once we serve ourselves and we find our inner light and we speak truly, that's when others will come to us. Like I really do believe that once you channel your higher self and your higher power and what you want, that's when we can uplift others, and others will come to us to kind of learn and be with. I feel like you're almost there. That's what I want to say to you. Like, really, I don't feel like there is much of an obstacle here. I feel like you've already done the work, and it's actually just an illusion that you feel like there's an obstacle in front of you. Because really what I'm reading is that actually, like, you have put in the grind. You have got yourself to where you are by yourself, probably with the friends around you and all of that kind of thing. But I just want to say you're nearly there. Like, do not give up hope. Do not worry that you're not going to get there, because you will. Like, if you are actively waiting, actively looking out and visualizing the goal that you have in mind, and creating this mindset of stability and nurturing within yourself, like making sure that you're getting exactly what you need, I feel like the person that you're looking for, potentially, if it is love or the thing that you want, the goal that you're trying to fulfill, will present itself, and it will bring this healing and calming, reassuring energy to you. Yeah, focus on your light, and you won't be the moth anymore. You won't be that energy. You'll be that flame. And it's almost like the lamb, this resurgence, like, it's that spring. It's with the Emperor, like, you're ready for this new phase, this new beginning, and for it to end. And I feel like you actually are already there. You just need to look at things from the other way around. Instead of looking where others are, you need to look at where you are, and stop chasing after their flame and their fire and what they're doing, but actually, like, just live in yours, live in your flame and fire, because that's when things are all going to come to you and they're all going to fall into place. Thank you so much, Pile 3. This has been really great, and I just know it's gonna happen for you, because it's actually already happening. It just might feel a bit stilted. I really feel like the lesson Spirit wants you to know is that if you stay true to yourself and you stick to your guns, and you are being the flame, you are being that warmth, which you already are, and you keep doing that, and you put yourself first, others will follow and others will come to you. I really feel like this double mission, I feel like you might want something from someone else, or an opportunity or a goal. You might want that, but actually you are also going to channel it. Like, you are also going to be that channel for love, the channel for that goal to manifest in, and you can be both. It's that balance, that temperance that we had at the beginning. Like, you are both. You kind of already do it, whether you know or not. Yeah. Thank you so much, Pile 3. I'd love to hear in the comments if you know it resonated with you, how you felt. And yeah, I can't wait to see where it takes you, because I know it's just around the corner. It really does feel like that, even though it feels like an obstacle. And if you feel like you're constantly going into this cycle, like, take a breath. Just know that things are changing. Keep your deepest desire at the forefront of your mind, and you'll be both. You'll be a giver and a receiver, and you'll have that within you. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Sending you so much love, and I hope to see you guys really soon. Hi there, Pile 4, I hope you're well. So if you picked the Ethereal Visions deck, then this one is for you. So firstly, your situation is being described as the 8 of Cups. So we're going to get some more cards for some more context, but the first impressions of this card is that potentially you're at this point where you're reflecting, or your soul is calling you to reflect. And you might feel the desire to abandon something emotionally and find something else, and move on from it and turn away. And I really feel like there's this deep sense of your intuition whispering you, and I feel like it's that niggling feeling in the back of your head telling you, come on, it's time to transform, it's time to change now. And you might have trouble like actually standing up and going after it and following that path. That's what I currently see at the moment, is that you've got things in front of you, but you're not sure whether they're the right things, and you are aspiring to something else, or even if you're not currently aspiring to something else. I feel like as in you are aspiring to things, that's wrong, but as in you don't think you're aspiring to something higher or something really drastically different, but there is that voice that's potentially telling you that, yeah, actually there is something else that you're here to do. So let's get you some more cards about the kind of context of the situation, and once we understand the situation and what the kind of current energies are, we can then ask Spirit kind of what advice they have for you moving forward, and how to move past this energy. So Spirit, for Pile 4, what energies, there we go, the Wheel of Fortune, the 8 of Wands. So yeah, Spirit, Pile 4, what other energies do they currently have? Okay, we've got 4 of Cups, and also the 6 of Cups. So yeah, I really feel like maybe you're not open to this calling, like this 4 of Cups, maybe this opportunity that's kind of coming up. Maybe you're like, okay, I've got everything in my reality now. I've got it. I don't need anything else. I'm kind of happy with my lot. Or and maybe you're really not listening to that voice, and this 6 of Cups, this kind of this happiness and kind of this romanticizing of the past. You're like, yeah, I'm really glad with where I am, of what I've got, my lot, and I've got a lot of nourishment and fulfillment from it. But maybe you feel like with this Wheel of Fortune that things are going to change, and you've got this deep sense inside you that things are rushing swiftly towards an eventuality, and maybe you don't feel like you can find your way, and you might feel lost in it, and your will and your desires are leading you somewhere else, but emotionally you're like, no, I kind of like where I am. I like the state that I've got. But really with the Wheel of Fortune, like, it's always constantly spinning. We're constantly evolving. We're constantly changing, and change can both be good and bad, you know, and we need to accept that. But all change helps us reach our purpose, and the important thing about change is reaction. And potentially if you're delaying that change because you're holding on to the past, or emotionally you're not ready to to let that change in, then it can feel like things are out of control and things are moving away from us quickly. And yeah, I just feel like this sense of things aren't within your power, but they absolutely are within your power. And really, this moon, this intuition, I feel like is just screaming at you and saying, come on, your will is strong, you know where you need to go, you know what you need to do. But I feel like maybe you're caught in the past and just don't want another emotional experience. If you've been in a relationship and you're not ready to move on, it could be that. But I feel like it's just a deeper sense, maybe like a higher learning of self-discovery. Maybe I feel like you've put in a lot of work and a lot of the journey, but maybe, and you're happy with where you are and kind of the community and the family that you've created, but you're going to constantly evolve, and maybe you're receiving a higher calling now. Let's get some more about your current energies that you're kind of giving off at the moment. So regret, we've got Swan, Goddess of the Moon, and Go the Distance. So yeah, so with this regret, I know that I cannot change the past. Potentially you're holding some, like, holding on to something from your past, and you don't want to let that go, whether that was maybe a past relationship or just a past kind of emotional experience that you had. Maybe you're not letting that wound breathe, and we can't change when we're holding on to that energy. And with the Swan, I really feel like a lot of reflection is going on, you know, under the surface as well. I really do feel like you're being called to a higher purpose, and I really feel like your intuition is whispering you, telling you, come on, you can do this, you can get there. And I really feel maybe you're a creative person, maybe you're really artistic, and you know, maybe you're mourning the loss of a project that's finished or something, or you're looking back on those memories and actually you're not ready to quite put your heart into another endeavour, or whether you're not artistically inclined and it's just actually to do with work or something like that. But I do feel like whatever it is, you had a real deep emotional connection to it. And this Goddess of the Moon, again, like with this moon, I really do feel like your inner voice and your kind of creative spark and intuition is calling out to you and is like, come on, you can do it, you can. And this go the distance, this persistence, and this forward movement, I really feel like you're probably already reflecting, but I don't feel like, maybe you feel like you're being judged against your past. And you know, we can't, like, this is saying, I cannot change the past. You can't change what has been done. You can just change your future, but you can't change your future if you don't accept the past, and you'll of course carry it with you, and that will help you move forward, because you'll have all of those experiences, those emotional experiences that you've carried along the way. But sometimes we do, in order to find ourselves, need to step away and move into a new direction. And I do feel like there might be this feeling of loss of control, of, you know, am I going to fall on luck or misfortune? And really, if we change and we evolve, like, and we adapt with the times, that's when we'll succeed. And you know, with this Four of Cups, I feel like opportunities are being presented to you, and new sparks of intuition are kind of flooding in. Maybe you're, I really get the sense you could be really spiritual, and you're maybe your kind of intuition is growing, and maybe you're trying to follow that, but maybe your intuition, you feel, has led you astray in the past. But like the goal that you're after, whatever it is, whatever endeavor that you're going after, or you feel like your inner voice is telling you to go for, like with persistence and endurance, like you have that kind of steady work, that strength to get there. Let's look at what spirit, what kind of energy they want you to embody. So change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So this is really the Eight of Wands. Like, you may feel like you're in this powerless time where things are happening without your control, sort of thing. A bit like the Chariot, but actually, you know, your victory will prevail, and your soul wants to grow, it wants to develop, and that can happen once we let go of the past, once we understand it, and we know that we're no longer that person. Like now, like in the present moment, we're no longer that person that made those decisions. From those decisions we've learned, and we can change our future, we can change what we do in the present, and you can reclaim your power and change your future by accepting that actually, yeah, I'm all my experiences in one, all my experiences have got me there, I've learned, so now I can move forward. You've also got Owl, you've got Victory, and you've got a leg up. So yeah, so I mean, with the Owl, yeah, maybe you feel like your spidey senses, as it were, like your deeper intuition and your kind of inner wisdom is really like screaming out at you. But really, like, I feel like Spirit is saying, like, there's a treasure here, there's a treasure that's coming your way, and you have to be able to accept that change and accept that this victory is on the horizon, and it's going to come about, and you know, it's almost already there. And I really feel like these opportunities are being given to you, and maybe you're just not seeing them clearly. Maybe your eyes are closed slightly to the experience because you're maybe seeing through the past and just being like, okay, no, this is what I'm worth, this is what I know that I've done, the effort I've put in and everything. But actually, like, I feel like the universe keeps giving you these opportunities, like floating in, and once you grab hold of one, like you've got the same pattern around this cup as the Victory. Like, I just do feel like it's the opportunity that's there that you might not be seeing because you don't have your eyes open, and maybe you're not listening to your inner voice and your intuition to guide you. Like, that will lead you to victory, and that boon and that treasure will be massive for you. And really, with the Owl, I think you've just got to be watchful, and yeah, the healing energy of victory will come to you. And again, they've got their eyes closed in this picture like you kind of do, but you know, that's after accepting it and holding it in your hand. And the leg up, maybe it's if it is a relationship, emotional relationship, this interdependency, you know, you're not going to lose your independence if you create with someone else, or if you open yourself up to having the help of others, if it is more of a creative or career endeavor. You know, people can help you along your journey. Like, listen to what you want and what your gut is telling you, and that direction of where it's going to go. But maybe potentially there is going to be someone that comes along, or maybe this is, again, your past work, your past, everything that you've created will help you get your foot up on that ladder. You know, there's that saying of, you know, you'd rather be halfway up a ladder that you want to climb than at the top of one that you don't. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe you're halfway up that ladder, the ladder that you want to climb, but or you're at the top of the other one, but you know that is the ladder that you need to be on, and you need to carry on receiving those experiences and carry on after the dreams and following your intuition and where that takes you, than being somewhere where you don't want to be. I really do feel like it's just screaming, you know, you have it within you, and your intuition and your will it's not out of your power. Like, you have the power at the moment, but you really just need to accept the past, and that you can't change that now. But you can change your future now. And everything within you, that leg up, that is the thing that's going to help you get there. All of your experiences. So you don't let go of your past and where you've been, but you don't let that control you. So let's get some advice from Spirit. Pile 4. What advice do they need? Okay, so we've got Queen of Cups. We've got 7 of Swords. We've got 2 of Cups. So again, okay, and Empress, and then on the back of the deck, 9 of Swords. So yeah, so with the Queen of Cups, I really feel like there's a call for a deeper reflection, and kind of meditation and feeling through your emotions and going after it and being more intuitive and following that gut feeling, because it's going to take you the right way, because that is an amalgamation of everything, your inner voice, all of the learning that you've been through, all of your past experiences, it's all wrapped up in one, really. And the Queen of Cups, like, just follow your heart, follow where that is taking you. You know, the 7 of Swords, this unstable effort, maybe, you know, trying to plan it to a T, is not working for you. Like, trying to plan out where you want to go, sort of thing, and letting that thought energy take you there. Like, sometimes we need to wait. We need to stop trying to manipulate it, and manipulate the change that comes to us. And sometimes we just need to wait, slow down, and reevaluate the situation. This 2 of Cups, I mean, yeah, after this 4 of Cups and this victory, like, this new connection, either if it's love and you're looking for a new love connection, or if it's a new creative spark or new emotion that you want to feel, this new attraction, this new this new kind of instant love is going to appear, that intuition, that spark, and you're going to be so fulfilled, and it's going to just breed healing energy from it. And you've got the Empress here as well, and you know, she's Mother Nature, that nurturing. You can nurture your inner voice and your inner wants and your desires, and you can create abundance. You have that I really feel like you are a creative person, maybe an artist or an actor, or you know, anything around that, storyteller. But this is the Empress linked to Venus, and you know, it is that love and that nurturing within you, and using your intuition to guide you. It may feel like there's a bit of a delay, especially if you feel like this eventuality is really coming up to a close, and then you might get there, or you might feel like it's not coming to you as quickly as you want it to, or you know, this instant connection happens, and yet it's not developing as quickly and evolving as much as you would. But really, the Empress is telling you, like, you've got to weed out your past. Like, you've got to cut out the weeds, like the things that are growing, that are really like weathering away and are dying off. You need to clear them so new things can grow. And you are a bed for creativity, and and yeah, and that love and that nurturing. And with the Nine of Swords, I really feel like this is a warning that, you know, your thoughts in this situation, the only person they're really hurting is yourself. And again, they're all really an illusion. Like, you don't need to worry. Like, this Victory card is here, and, you know, these cups, like, if it's an emotional thing and it's an emotional connection that you really want, and it's that love, like, don't try and plan and manipulate it, or let your thoughts run away with you, because, you know, your deep caring is so apparent, and you'll want to nurture it, whatever it is, whatever endeavour you're after, and whatever situation you feel you are in, do it with love. And I feel like those opportunities are already there for you. You just might not be seeing them clearly. And, you know, this Nine of Swords, we can get so wrapped up in our heads, and our thoughts can kind of create a prison around us. But actually, like, that prison, it's of our own making first, but also it's so garish. Like, it's so obvious that that's what it is. And I feel like you know that because you're already taking that time to potentially retreat, or you're trying to hear that voice through all the screaming. And, you know, they do say, and I've said this already today to another pile, but, you know, anxiety screams and intuition whispers. And I do feel like you've got that constant whisper in the background that is telling you, like, it's okay, this is coming, just follow your heart, you know, meditate and follow your intuition, and, you know, new things will pop up, and you'll be able to nourish them in the right way, because you're able to, because of all your past endeavours and your experiences. Maybe especially if you feel like you haven't had a new opportunity in a while, and you're kind of looking back at your past opportunities and you're like, yeah, I was really good at that. Why isn't something new coming my way? Why do I feel like it's not happening to me yet? And maybe that's where your planning is coming in, and you're like, okay, well, if I do this and this, and kind of filling your head with noise, actually, like, the new idea or the new opportunity for that emotional experience is already inside you. And actually, you just need to manifest that into your reality, and yeah, and try and quiet those voices, because they definitely don't rule you, especially with this Nine of Swords. You know, they are all illusions. They are all in the background. Yeah, I just feel that you're not powerless in this situation. You have the power within you to move forward and change and evolve and grow. And you do, and I feel like you want to listen to your intuition. You want to follow that, and just trust it. If you feel like it's led you astray before, or if it's not had your best interest in heart, that again has been an obstacle. Like, this is an obstacle that you're currently facing. That has been an obstacle, and obstacles are just pauses, an opportunity to look at the past and learn, and then move forward and kind of address and accept and love that part of what had happened and what had served us to get up to this point. Because, you know, that is so important to realise where we've come from in order to know where we're going. But you can't let the past have that power over you. That's the difference. We can accept it and carry it with us, and, you know, keep those experiences in the background and heal them, heal those wounds. You know, we might have the scars from them, but actually we just carry them forward, and they don't control us. And you just really need to step into your power, because I just do feel like you have all of this inside you, and it's ready to grow and flourish. And I feel like you're maybe in your autumn winter at the moment, this kind of reflective stage, and everyone's just like, come on, get into your spring summer, you can do it. And time is always going to go on, like the Wheel of Fortune. Like, it's always going to keep evolving and changing, and just know that you are too. the person you was is not the person you are now, and you can free yourself from that and from this pattern. So let's get some more cards for you. Let's see what your body, your heart and your mind kind of advice for you. So Spirit, oh, okay, yeah, we got, so your body, your heart and your mind. Okay, so we've got, in your body, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? So again, I feel like it's this fractured, and we've been talking about the swords, about how they are potentially cutting you up in different ways, and you know, kind of steering you into a direction that's no longer serving you, or that kind of thing, trying to manipulate this situation. And maybe the thoughts that you're having and what they're springing forth is not actually truly aligned to your desire. And I really don't think it is. I think your desire is to follow your intuition, follow that spark and see that through. And yeah, aligning those parts of you. And maybe that's your past and your present self, aligning both parts. And again, change. Like, in order to change, you do need to let go of that and stop and not let it rule you. With your heart, the crumbling, what are you clinging on to? Exactly that regret. Like, you can't change the past, you can't change what you've done. And it's almost like this tower moment, like the tower card moment, like this sudden shock. Like, the divine and our minds and our physical body won't allow us to stay in the cages that imprison us at this moment in time. Like, they will step in and they will have this kind of like eureka moment, as it were, or this, it feels like your security might be swiped away from you if you follow your intuition and you don't follow the path that you're currently on. But actually, it allows us, once we've had that breakdown and we've had that crumbling, and we're back at that foundation, it allows us to build a new life around us, a new way of thinking, a new a new way of being. And then we're almost in our castle of what we want, of where we want to be. And you can create that already with this Empress. You can do that. And then your mind is saying yes. Just say yes. Just say yes to your intuition. Just say yes to your inner light. It wants to guide you. It wants to show you the way. I really, really get that. And if you say yes, all of these things will happen. Like, I feel like with you, if you say yes and you step into that and you're like, okay, I'm ready to change, I'm ready to evolve, yes, I have that power. I feel like everything is just going to slot into place and it's all going to fall in. Quite seamlessly, if anything. I feel like the new opportunities are just going to come your way and your victory is going to be there. I feel like it is this holding on to the past and your wounds potentially. I feel like you've kind of got some open wounds that you need to heal at the moment. And maybe that feels like abandoning, who you were. But like I said, you'll always have that person with you. And that they come with you on your journey forward. But yeah, they're not who you are anymore, and you are a different person. And yeah, they just want you to accept it. They just want you to say, yeah, this is who I am, and step into your light. And Harry Styles' song is coming into my head, like, step into the light. I feel like you are that light, and it's almost like the hermit. Like, I feel like you already are doing that reflecting, and people will follow, and things will follow, and things will come to you and be attracted to you. Just really follow your intuition, follow your gut. Spirit is there for you. They want to see you do well. I just do really feel like, to get out of the situation and to break the cycle, you just do. You need that alignment. You need that acceptance of the past, and and your past self. Because there's already things coming at you. I can really see that you've already got these opportunities that are being given to you, opportunities for new connection, but I just don't think you're seeing it, because maybe they don't look exactly the same as the package that you got them last time. But yeah, listen to that voice, and everything will fall into place. I really know it will for you guys. So powerful. I'm going to leave that there for today, but thank you so much for joining me. If anything resonated with you today, I'd really like to know in the comments. And yeah, thank you so much again for letting me read your cards, and I really hope to see you soon on Tarot AF. Have a really good day, sending you all love, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.